Union. Today we're going to talk about some exercises you can do. So our first two episodes we talked about food, which is my favorite subject, but Lisa thought we should maybe discuss some movement today. So we were talking
Since
about...
we are fitness.
And food? Is it fitness and food?
Fitness and food.
Fitness
and fun.
Food.
Fitness, food, and fun.
All right. So what we're talking about is some movements that and some parts of the body that typically get ignored. So a lot of our athletes and yogis end up doing a lot of pushing work. And what that means is they do a lot of push-ups, a lot of burpees, a lot of down dog, a lot of up dog, planks. And so we tend to develop the front side of the body, the shoulders, the triceps, the pecs, really well, and often ignore the back side of the body, the rear deltoids, the upper back. Throw that in with being at a computer all day. Most of us now work desk jobs, you're slouched over, you got your phone in front of you, and we have this recipe for some imbalance, right? A little long and weak on the back, short and tight up front. So, if you're a member of the union, and especially if you have open gym access, we have these lovely facilities here where you can come in and do some remedial or extra work to make sure you're staying nice and balanced. You're gonna function better, you're gonna look better, right? So we're gonna do 3 movements plus a bonus move. Okay, so the first upper body pulling exercise we're gonna do today is the inverted row or ring row. What you need is 2 pairs or a pair of rings and something to fasten them to. At the union here, we have them at all our gyms, so if you're an open gym member, you can come in and hop in on these pretty much any time. She's going to set the rings up at approximately hip height, maybe a little higher. We've already got them set up for her, but you can adjust these up and down if you're really tall or if you're less tall. All right? So a ring row is basically the opposite of a push-up. A push-up is a moving plank. You want to keep your body nice and tight. You don't want to break at the hips, hyperextend, or flex too much. Well, the ring row is the same way. So she's going to squeeze her glutes, squeeze her abs. As she pulls her body through space, she wants to stay like she's doing a plank, all right? So the further you are away from the fulcrum for where the rings are attached, the easier it is, the more upright she is. So she starts with her arms straight, palms facing down or pronated. She's going to pull and rotate and touch her thumbs to her chest. Go ahead, all right? Do a couple reps there. Notice Lisa already got great core control, stays nice and tight. To make this more difficult, what we do is move our feet further towards the fulcrum, right, or even past. We're going to walk in a few steps. This makes her more horizontal, so she's now pulling more of her body weight. Do a couple reps. So the end point there is touching thumbs to the chest. When you get to the point, if you can no longer get thumbs to the chest, you've probably gone too far, and you need to either rest and recover or walk back a little bit. So if you go a little further, what happens? Right, gonna put it on blast. So eventually the goal is I would love for you to work up to where you can do 10 ring rows with your shoulders dropped into the bar. She's not quite there yet, let's try. Oh, it's harder, right? It's definitely harder, right? Because she's pulling more and more of her body weight. All right, you can relax.
And rolling.
So if you've gotten to the point where you can do a ring row with your shoulder under the bar and touching your thumbs to your chest, and you want to make it more difficult, what you can do is elevate your feet. So find a bench, find a box, chair, whatever. So now your hips are up off the ground. And it becomes a little less stable. And then, for even more fun, you can add weight. So you can put a weight vest on, you can have someone place a plate on your stomach, and you can do ring rows that way. That's a way to make it harder once you master the ring row. My standard, what I would love for everyone to work up to over time is to be able to do 10 reps with their shoulders right under the bar, feet on the ground. That's a great, kind of achievement, and it'll help you obtain that nice symmetry we're looking for with regards to pushing and pulling. So the second pulling movement we're going to do is a dumbbell row and a few of its variations. The dumbbell row is great because it's easily scalable. Lisa's got 100-pound dumbbells here, but
12 and a half.
But the beauty is depending upon your strength level, you can start with 2-pound dumbbells and work your way up to 200-pound dumbbells, right? So what we can do to make this easier or more difficult is add stability or remove stability. So we'll start with 2 points of stability on the bench. So a kneeling, one-arm dumbbell row. So she's going to put her right knee on the bench and her hand on the bench. So now she has 2 points of stability. She's going to hinge forward, trying to keep her spine neutral to extended, so not too flexed. And she's going to go and start rowing. So she begins a row with this fairly neutral grip. Again, just like the inverted row, we want to try to touch the dumbbell to the shoulder. Now, if I want to make this a little harder or really bias more for rear deltoid, we're going to turn her arm out now, right? And now she's going to pull out to the side. And as a result, she's pulling further away from her body, so the leverage changes and it makes it a little more difficult. But when I do this, I really feel that in the rear deltoid compared to the first version. All right, relax for a second. Go ahead and stand up. And now we're going to go to a 1 point of stability, so she's just going to put her hand on the bench now. So she doesn't have her knee on there anymore. She's hinging, get that spine extension, good posture, go ahead and begin rowing. Same thing, she can do it with a neutral grip, or she can turn her elbow out, get more external rotation, and work those external rotators or rear deltoids a little more. All right, want to stand up and relax. So the last one will be just a standing dumbbell row. She's going to grab 2 dumbbells. You could do this with 1, but 2 at a time is more time efficient. So she's just going to hinge from the hips here. I want her legs a little straighter. I don't want them locked out per se, but I want her hinged over, right? Now she'll go ahead and begin to start rowing. And again, she can pull these with the neutral grip, or she can bring the arms away. You feeling it yet?
Yeah, I feel it more in the core this way.
Oh, good, yeah, and she does feel it more in the core because she has less points of stability. So the more we take your body, take balance points away from your body, the more your core has to stabilize the movement. All right, you can relax. The last one I'll show you is a chest-supported row. It's going to allow you to lift heavier weights. So I'll lay down on the bench here. And you can, if you don't have really long arms, you can probably do it with a regular bench because I'm taller. I need to be further away from the ground. But I have my chin hang off, and here the core is not involved at all. We're really just working on the upper back. So just like Lisa, you can pull neutral grip, or you can turn the arms out and pull like so. All right, the third movement we're going to discuss today for your upper back and rear deltoids is the bent over lateral raise or rear delt raise. And so you need 2 light dumbbells. You won't have to use as much weight for this. Lisa's a boss, so she's got the super heavy weights. But I want you to, once again, like our bent over dumbbell row, hinge at the hips. We're trying to get your torso fairly close to parallel to the ground. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then with the elbows slightly bent, so you just take the stress off the elbows, she's going to do a reverse fly. So bring the elbows, the hands up in the sky, right? And nice and controlled. We don't need to swing the dumbbells. We're trying to really emphasize the small muscles here. It's going to be a little bit of your upper back and hopefully a lot of rear deltoid. And those muscles tend to get long and weak, especially if you have a desk job. Our pecs get short and tight, and we do a bunch of push-ups and downward dog and burpees, and they get even shorter and tighter. And so we need this muscle mass back here to help balance that out, both for mobility and strength. All right, I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to show you the chest-supported version again. So what that does is takes out any body sway or body English. Again, it may or may not be comfortable for you, so you can try it and see if you like it, but I just hang off the bench. And the same movement as Lisa now, just doing flies.
That looks easier on you.
Well, I'm a little heavier than you. And so you can also turn your palms down as well. And if you are really psychotic, you can try to hold that for time at the end of your set because it hurts more. And that's the standing bent over rear delt raise or the chest supported rear delt raise. Okay, so our bonus rear deltoid upper back exercise is going to be the band pull apart. Lisa's got a exercise band, also known as a jump stretch band. You can find them on Amazon. We have a bunch here at the gyms. And she's going to take, 1/2 of the band, hold it out. She has a supinated grip, meaning palms up. And this is going to really work external rotation, which we want. She's going to pull the band apart. It's pretty self-explanatory. She's going to bring it back in. Ideally, it doesn't show you get real loose. Right? We don't want to get real loose. We want to keep tension on the band the whole time. So do a few reps keeping constant tension on the band. Now, she can make this more difficult by bringing her grip closer together. She can make it easier by bringing her grip out. If you have a really strong upper back, or maybe you're a bigger athlete with more muscle mass,
You'll have to demo that.
you can grab both sides of the bands and do both sides at once. Go ahead and flip your grip and grab top down. So this is the pronated grip. This is fine as well. I'm going to pull apart. It's great for variety. If you were just to choose one, I would do the palms up version. But maybe one day you do palms up and one day you do palms down. You feeling it yet?
I'm breaking a sweat.
She's breaking a sweat. Finally, that's the best. All right, so those are our 3 core posterior moves for the upper back and rear deltoids, plus your bonus move. And I brought Andre in here because he wants you to know that all those moves are Andre approved.